first of all, I just want to thank everybody who has been reaching out to me today to make sure I'm okay. I've received calls from everybody checking to see if I'm okay. I am at home finally. I did get home, so I'm okay. I'm safe. And I'm very, very upset. I feel a lot of things, but I wanted to make sure to come to you all to tell you directly what happened, because as you know, social media, people change story. All types of things happen with social media. Things get often missed in translation, and also people just lie and make up stuff. So I just wanted to make sure to explain to you all directly what happened to me today, and also to my brother, my son, who was traveling back to New York with me. So basically, when I got to the airport today, I used the kiosk to check my bag, and I went to the kiosk and used it to change my seat. I was sitting in the middle seat. Anyone who knows me knows that I suffer from claustrophobia on planes, and I was trying to move to an aisle seat, which I was easily able to do. There was an aisle seat available. I moved into the aisle seat. I printed out a ticket. The ticket had the aisle seat on it. I went to the gate, and when it was my time to board in my zone, I gave my ticket to the ticket agent. She scanned it. She took the ticket, ripped it in half, and a new ticket printed out. It was an automatic situation. When she printed the ticket out and gave it to me, it switched me back to the middle seat that I originally moved from. And so I asked her, why was my ticket switched? You know, what happened? Why don't I have the same seat that was on the original ticket that she took from me? She looked at it. She saw that there was a discrepancy in terms of the seat. And she looked at me and said, I don't know. I have no idea why. I don't know. That seat may not be available anymore. And so I said to her, well, when you say you don't know, somebody has to know something, because I was given the seat. It's on my ticket. You see the seat there. What's the issue? She said, I told you, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. The seat is just not available. That's the bottom line. It is what it is. And I don't know. I'll look into the record and see if I can figure out what's going on. So I said, okay. And I waited. And at this point, my son went and got on the plane. He sat in his seat. He was gone. So I'm standing there by myself waiting for her to explain to me what may have happened, maybe find me another seat, whatever, you know, do her job. She therefore looks at the ticket, and she goes into the system. She continue, you know, is typing, but then it's taking different people asking her questions. She's stopping to do different things. I stand there, I wait patiently, and I say to her, ma'am, have you figured out what's going on with my seat yet? And she says, no, I told you, I don't know. I have no idea why your seat was changed. She gives me back the pass for the middle seat, and she looks at me and says, did you pay to upgrade your seat? And I said, well, actually, I am a platinum member of this airline. And so therefore, when I changed my seat, it gave me preferred seating. It didn't ask me to pay. She laughs and she says to me, well, somebody else probably paid for it, and that's why you got booted. Now, anyone who travels knows that that is inappropriate. It doesn't work that way. The fact that I'm a platinum member of American Airlines means that I get preferred seating, and I don't just get booted because somebody else showed up and may have paid for it. It doesn't work like that. And if it does, that's a problem number one that needs to be addressed with this situation. And so I tell her that whether or not I paid for it is not relevant to the fact that I'm a platinum member. The system did not ask me to pay. And you saw that my ticket had a certain seat number on it. And I said, and now at this point, the issue is not even about the seat. The issue is about the way in which you are speaking to me. I said, you are being very, very disrespectful to me. And she said, it's not that I'm being disrespectful. I'm just letting you know that I don't know. So this is the tone in which she's taken with me. And I said, no, you are being disrespectful. And as a platinum member of this airline, I expect to be treated with some respect. And as a human, I expect for you to speak to me in a different way. And I said, at this point, you have not apologized. You haven't, she never once said to me, I am sorry that you got booted out of your seat, ma'am. I don't know exactly what happened, but I apologize. Something went wrong with the system. And she looks at me when I said, you have not even apologized or anything. She said to me, oh, is that what you want me to do? You want me to apologize to you? Oh, is that what you want me to say? And I said to her, no, actually, I want you to do what you feel is professional. At this time, the pilot comes out. Not for any particular reason. I don't, he just walks out and he's standing there. He comes out at the end of a conversation. The end of a conversation. Because at this point, I've told her that she was disrespectful to me. She did not apologize. And she has said the things that she said to me. And I told her, I asked for her name. And she said, what do you need my name for? Well, here's my name. You can have my name. Yeah, go and file a report online. And I said, which is the pilot heard this. I said, I absolutely am going to file a report. I'm absolutely going to file a report. And by the way, just so that this is clear, this was a Black woman that I'm talking about at the gate, so that we don't have any confusion about that, because I just want to make sure we know what all the details of what happened here. So he walks out and he hears me tell her, I'm absolutely going to write a report. And she said, yeah, well, you do that. Now, I've never been so disrespected. You would think that she would stop at some point and say, okay, ma'am, you can write a report. I don't know exactly what happened. My apologies, whatever. Like I said, never once did she apologize to me. Never once did she say anything to try to make it better. I've seen people get a voucher or even just, I don't even need anything. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I just would have appreciated being treated like a human where there was at least an apology. And so then the pilot sees the situation, doesn't ask any questions. He's standing there. I'm not paying attention to him. I walk around. I go back to the other young lady who's checking people in. I gave her my ticket. She says, let me make sure that she scanned you in. She takes the ticket. She scans it again. I start walking down the jet bridge. As I get almost to the plane doors, the pilot, a white man, very tall white man, comes down the jet bridge behind me, screaming, miss, 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 stop. Stop, miss, stop. I stop. I look back. He tells the people who are coming down the jet bridge that have been checked in behind me to wait and go back. I stand there. He asks the flight attendant who's on the plane to step off. She informs him, I can't step off the plane. He says, okay, well, just stand right there in the door. And she does. And we go and we stand right there. The first words that came out of the pilot's mouth, first words that he said to me, and this is the part that it just really hurts me. The first thing this man said to me was, respect goes both ways. And he said, she told you she had nothing to do with your ticket, and you had an issue with that. What's your problem? She told you she had nothing to do with it. So I look at him and I say, sir, you walked out at the end of a conversation. You don't know what happened. And instead of you coming to me and asking me, what happened here, ma'am? Are you okay? Is there anything we could do? And I understand the issue of if you have a disgruntled person getting on a flight, you want to check to make sure that everything is safe and what have you. So you would think that courtesy and customer service would mean that he would say, are you okay? Because, ma'am, I have to make sure that everybody that gets on this plane is okay and that we're all good. Are you feeling all right? Is everything okay? What happened? Is there anything I can do for you? Nothing. He starts off telling me that respect goes both ways after this woman has disrespected me. I turned around. I look at him and I say, I'm fine. I looked at the flight attendant who is now standing there really dumbfounded about why all of this is happening. And when I asked him why he did not first ask me what happened or say anything to me to let me know that he was interested in this platinum member's grievance, he said to me, because she already told me what happened, I don't need to hear what you have to say. Okay. So I don't say anything because I realize at this point, all the things that happen, you get thrown off planes, you get on no-fly lists. I fly all the time. You check my record. I never have any problems. That's why on Delta, I have very high standards. On American Airlines, I have all of these on all the airlines. I have no issues. You check my records. I never get into any because I know already you are almost silenced as a customer on airlines. So I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. He told me basically he didn't have to ask me what happened. He's letting me know what she said, and that's the bottom line. And I said, okay, no problem. I turned around. I looked at this woman, and I said, we're fine. I said, we don't have any problems, ma'am. I'm going to get on the plane. I'm going to sit in my seat. Everything is going to be fine. He looked at me, and instead of him saying, okay, because that's what he asked me, he asked me whether or not I was okay. Then he asked me, was I going to behave? He asked me, would I behave? Okay? Could I control myself? I had not raised my voice. I was not screaming at the lady. I just firmly let her know that I didn't appreciate the way I was treated. I got on the flight. I told him, yes, yes, Massa, I can behave. I got this. I'm gonna go to my seat and I'm gonna be quiet. I went to my seat. I sat down in my middle seat. I was quiet. I didn't say a word. I did not say one word to anybody. Not one. Next thing I know, oh, I left out an important point. So after I told him, yes, no problems, I'm good, everything is fine, I just want to get home, I'm good. He said to me, trying to intimidate me, yeah, because, you know, the proper way for you to deal with it is to file a complaint. And I said, oh, don't worry, I'm definitely going to file a complaint. Absolutely. You don't have to worry about that. And he said, yeah, you're going to get yourself a one-way ticket off of this plane. I still didn't say anything. I still did not say anything. I walked away. I went to my seat. I sat down. I was quiet. The next thing I know, my name was called twice. Full name from the loudspeaker. Nobody came to my seat. They called my name twice from the loudspeaker. So I got up, I got my bag, my book bag that I had with me, my personal stuff, and I went to the front of the plane because I already know how this works. I've seen it happen. Went to the front of the plane, flight attendant, oh, and not even a flight attendant, an agent, not the same agent, but another agent is standing there. And she says, "Come with me, ma'am." And I said, "Am I being thrown off this plane?" And this white man is standing there, and he tells her, "Yeah," points at me, "her off." This time my son comes up to try to see what's going on. He's standing there. And I asked her, "Are you throwing me off of this plane again?" And she says, "Yes, the pilot has requested that you be removed from this plane." And at that point, for all of y'all who say, "Oh, well, you need to tell the truth that you started yelling and cursing and this and that and the third," fuck that. You goddamn right I did. I cursed his ass out because he's a racist motherfucker. They targeted me. I was already being thrown off the plane. There was nothing else to discuss at that point. Nothing. There was no reason at that point for me to be kind and continue to bow to Massa. No reason. I was disrespected. I was targeted. And the fact that I had a disagreement over a seat that I was given by their airline. I didn't go there asking at the gate to be changed. And because they wouldn't change me, I got mad. I had a seat and I was changed without understanding what. And I asked a question and the woman disrespected me like I was nothing. And so you know what? When he pointed me and said, "Yeah, her off," I told him he was a racist bastard. And I didn't appreciate the way I was being treated. And I let him know, today you have fucked with the wrong person because you don't know who I am. And I explained to him that we put 5 million people on the ground about racist bastards like him. And then he had the audacity to turn to me and say, "Oh, would you like to have a conversation?" Why? Because now I'm telling you that I'm the leader of the Women's March. I'm one of the women that organized the Women's March. Now you want to talk to me? But you already spoke to me on the jet bridge, and I already told you that I was going to go to my seat and be quiet. And at this point, he's looking at me. The flight attendant has tears in her eyes because she knows what's happening is wrong. A white man in first class pops up and says, "I'll go sit in the back of the plane and allow her to sit in my seat." I told him, "I'm not walking off of this plane because I didn't do anything wrong." He walks away. He calls the cops. They come back. After a while, my son says nothing the whole time. Nothing. Not one word. The only thing I think he may have said is, "Wait, guys, can we talk?" or something like that. Other than that, he says nothing. He's just standing there. They then come back with the cops. 6 or 7 cops. They say to me, "Come, ma'am, can you come off?" I walk off the plane. This white man looks at my son and tells the cops, "Yeah, and him too. Remove him too." He didn't do anything. No one explained to me why this happened. No one has told me anything about why this happened to me today, except the fact that every supervisor I spoke to, the corporate office, everyone said this could have been handled by our staff in a totally different way. Everyone has said that. Everyone has apologized to me because those 2 people were wrong. So all of you people who are so judgmental, who want to get on my social media and tell me about all the things that I could have done, you got to pick your battles. I was supposed to be their slave today and let them talk to me any kind of way. No, that's not me. So that's what happened to me today, y'all. And trust and believe, I'm not crying because I'm weak. I'm crying because I'm angry and I'm a fighter and I will not lay down. You better believe they will not get away with throwing me off of that plane today. Because I didn't do a goddamn thing to deserve it. Nothing. So that's what happened to me, in case everybody wants to know. You know, when I got off, I tweeted American Airlines is a racist airline. I know about more than one situation where people have been disrespected. I personally had another situation I'm not even going to talk about because I don't even want to rehash what happened before on this flight that I was on. Other friends of mine have been through things on this airline and other airlines. I tweeted it. A supervisor who was very nice. She was amazing. She came, she got me, she rebooked us, she did everything. She tried her best to fix the situation. They gave me a $15 voucher. They gave my son a $15 voucher to get something to eat. When the lady at the ticket counter, when my seat got changed, if she had tried that, perhaps we would have been fine. So, yeah, I got off. I was thrown off. Police came, escorted me. They asked me, would I explain to them my story? Ain't nothing to explain. They can talk to my lawyer about my story. I have nothing to talk about. There ain't nothing for me to lie about. There ain't nothing for me to make up. This is exactly what happened to me today. And I don't even know how to describe to y'all what I feel. But know that I will definitely not roll over for this. I was made for this. And they messed around with the right person today. Wrong for them, right for us. Because I'm a fighter. And all the people who don't have a Twitter account that anybody would listen to, all the people that don't have the Women's March and celebrities and news outlets to get in touch with me and to retweet, I'm a fight for y'all because I know it's happening to you too. And nobody's doing anything for you because they can get away with treating us like shit. But they just happen to treat the wrong person like shit today. And American Airlines would be its best self to apologize and to fix it rather than try to find some other story or to try to spin it, because exactly what I'm telling y'all is the story today. It's my experience. It's exactly what happened. When I got a call from the customer service rep, he said to me, I just want to get your side of the story. And I said, sir, this is not a side of a story. This is my experience. This is exactly what happened to me today. So that's it, y'all. And no, I don't know right now what. I know my lawyer has been called. He's involved. He knows what happened. He recognizes that not only was I discriminated against, targeted, intimidated, and everything else, my son was thrown off of a plane for no reason. He had nothing to do with nothing. He never raised his voice. He didn't do anything wrong. That is also discrimination, intimidation, targeting, and everything else. To watch a black man stand there and know that what was happening to his sister was wrong, and he knew he couldn't say anything because they probably would have stomped him to death. That's what we went through today. And I appreciate all the people who reached out, who called. Y'all don't got to be like, oh my God, I feel sorry. It's okay to cry. Because I've cried many nights. I've cried when I had to help people bury their kids. I've cried with families. I've cried, and I've cried. But I still keep fighting. That's it. Thank y'all for listening to me. Much love. When you go tell a story, you tell them exactly this, because this is what happened to me today. Good night.